Okay. So what we're going to do now is start graphing without creating this table of values. So what we do is we just find a few points, make a line. So let's start by creating table of values for this. Here's x, there's y. Now I look at this and I see -1/2. I want my half to cancel. So instead of just using the old generic 0, 1, 2, let's use multiples of 2, like -2, 0, and 2. Okay. So substitute into your y to figure out the answer. Sorry, into the equation. So y equals -1/2 times -2 plus 4. So y equals what? Plus 4. These cancel to -1, right? -2 divided by 2 is -1. Times -1 is plus 1. So y equals 5. Okay. Do the next one. Go. So for the next one, we get y equals -1/2 times 0 plus 4. Y equals 0 plus 4. Y equals 4. That's a real easy one to do. Right? When x equals 0, this all disappears. What do we call that point, 0, 4? We'll figure that out later. Okay, next one. X equals 2. What is the value for y? Y equals -1 plus 4. Y equals 3. Okay. Plot those points, please. Graph your line. Okay, so use the grid that's given. Okay, so what is the y-intercept of this line? So where does it cross the y-axis? And when it crosses the y-axis, what's our value for x? X equals 0. Oh, now you know why I wanted you to tell me what that's called. What is 0, 4 called? It's the y-intercept. So when x equals 0, y equals 4. Do you see that in your equation somewhere? In here, do you see a 4 at all? I hope so. Unless you're blind, you're going to see a 4 right at the back. Interesting. So an equation in that format slaps you in the face with the y-intercept. Pretty cool stuff. So you know, just by looking at this point, I know exactly where to put a point. Right here at 4. What if it said y equals -1/2 x minus 2? Where would be a point on the line? Right here at y equals -2. Pretty cool stuff. Okay. All right, let's see what else is cool about this. What's the slope of the line? So make your triangle and count. What's your rise? How much do you go up? Nope. -1, because we're not going up. Okay. What's your run? 2. So remember, slope equals rise over run. You're going to have to do that on your quiz today, folks. Equals -1 over 2. So we already talked about this being your intercept. What's this part here? -1/2? Hello? I'll just wait until someone says it. intercepts. Thank you. Okay. So, as you can see, that's how we get the name slope-intercept form. Anytime you have y equals, the slope is the value in front of x, your intercept is over there. So what we can do is we can plot the intercept, and number 2, use the slope to find other points and make a line. You've done that before. We did it twice in our notes, and you did it in your homework. Okay? And it's on your quiz today. So what we do is we have special letters to represent slope and intercept. So M is the letter that we use to represent slope, and plus B is the letter to represent the y-intercept. And the y-intercept is where we cross the y-axis. And which value do we always know? I say y-intercept, you say x equals 0. Okay. That's huge. That's very important to know. So, if we're given information in this form, it's really easy to graph the line. Number 1, plot the intercept. Step number 2, use slope to count and slash find other points. So you're going to have to count your rise and you're going to have to count your run. Okay, and I know you all know how to count. Got to grade 10. You can do that. So the first questions in the book are going to be this easy. In this equation, y equals 2/3 x minus 1, what's the slope? 2/3. What's the y-intercept? -1. So remember, this is rise over run. So what does a plus 2 tell you for a rise? Up 2. What does a plus 3 run tell you? Right 3. Remember, here's our little dot, and for the directions, this is positive, to the left is negative, just like our graphing. Going up is positive, going down is negative. Okay, so just reviewing that direction-wise on a grid, that's what it represents. Okay, so this would be your run, and this would be your rise. So I want you to graph it. Start by plotting -1. So over here, that means you make a point, -1. Okay. Then you're going to count up 2, 1, 2, right 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's the third point. Let's do it again. Count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There's another point. Okay. Now, what's the opposite of 2/3 for the slope? How could you use the slope to count backwards? Yeah, -2, -3, which means you go down 2 and left 3. So you would count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Make a point. Count again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oops. So now you have a lot of points. Make your line. Go. Okay, and we should label it y equals 2/3 x minus 1. Okay, or you can label it with a 1, for example 1. Any questions? Okay, do example number 2. Go. Your slope is -3, which means it's -3 over 1. What's your y-intercept? What's the one that we wouldn't have to write? +0, right? So your y-intercept is 0. That means it goes to the origin. So here's your first point, right smack dab in the middle of the grid at y-intercept of 0. Okay. So this tells you to go down 3, right 1. Go ahead and count. Make your line. See here? So I start in the middle, 0. I count down 3, 1, 2, 3. Over 1, 1, 2, 3. Over 1. Now I'm at the end of the grid, so I will go up. Up 3, but then I have to go left 1. Up 3, left 1. Okay. Really think about, as you do this, which direction you need to go. Okay, graphing these lines are important because you're going to be doing that for our very last unit again, and it's going to count for a lot of marks. So you need to know how to do this. Plus, then it's going to help you understand what the question's asking you for the next couple of days. How many people got the line looking like my blue line? Awesome. Now I can label it number 2, or I can put the equation down, but you shouldn't leave it with nothing on there. Okay? Okay. Example number 3. Oh, sorry. Write the equation on the line. Good. Go for it real quick. So now you're going backwards, right? Y equals what? X. Here's your 2 blanks. Fill them in with what you need to know. Remember, slope-intercept always looks like this. So this should be a -5, and this should be a -3 over 2. Or, okay, your negative sign can go anywhere. Now don't make those boxes, right? Just write it as y equals -3 over 2x minus 5. Any questions? I really like putting the negative sign on the top. I find that what we do is if we put it here, it blends together and you forget about it. Okay, so I really like to put it to the top number. You guys okay with that? Just to let you know, okay? Turn it over. Okay. So now I give you a line, you have to tell me the equation. So you need to make your triangle, okay, and then count to find the slope. Your y-intercept is right here. Okay, so let's call this line 1, call this line 2. Okay, so find your intercept and then count your slope. Make your equation. So for line 1, the intercept is right at this point. This point here is 0 for my x, -1 for my y, so my intercept is -1. Okay. For the slope, there's 2 points. I have a rise of -3 and a run of 1. So my slope is -3 over 1, but being a super cool fraction person, you're going to write down -3 because you know to reduce everything. So all we do is combine those together in the right spot of the equation. So we need a slope and we need an intercept. Oh, we got them right above. How easy. -1 and -3. Okay, you have to know those 2 parts of the equation. And of course, I shouldn't put the boxes, so I'll just erase them. So y equals -3x minus 1. Any questions? Yep.
If we write this 3 with -3 over 1, that.
I wouldn't like it, but I probably wouldn't mark it wrong. But you'll never see that answer on a test, right? Like multiple choice test, you'll never see that, okay? Okay, go ahead, do line 2 real quick. If you haven't done so, finish it off. So your slope should be 1/2. Your intercept is -3. The equation then is y equals 1/2 x minus 3. Okay. Yep.
On a test, do we have to show like the triangle and the line and stuff?
If I specifically say, like, find the slope, I'm looking to see that. Yeah. Okay. I'll make that nice and pretty. There we go. Any other questions? Okay. Now we're going to get into some more algebra. So determine if the point is on the line without graphing. So what you want to do is check. This is your x value, that's the y value. So you substitute the point in. Okay. So y becomes a 5, and that equals negative 2 times 4 plus 13. So here's a 5, there's my 4. And so I get 5 equals negative 8 plus 13. 5 equals 5. This is true. So check. So we can say yes, the point is on the line. If it wasn't on the line, you would have got something like 6 equals 7. Then the point is not on the line. Okay, so that's how you tell. If you get a true statement, yes it is. If it's not true, this would be an example of not true. Okay. All right, next. So this point is on the graph. What must x be? So you want to substitute. So you're going to get 9 equals negative x plus 4. And you solve for x to figure out what the value is. So you get negative x. How would you move this plus 4 to the other side? Minus 4. So this is grade 9 stuff. If you're stuck on it, you know how to ask. So 5 equals negative x. Do you guys know how to get rid of this negative 1? When you're actually, technically, you're dividing by a negative 1. And all it does is it allows you to get negative 5 equals positive x. Right? Your signs flip over. Okay, so that's the x value. So the point would actually then be negative 5 comma 9. Right? This would be the point. I don't ask you for that. I just ask you for the value of x. X equals negative 5. So you'll be doing some substituting and solving. Yep. Absolutely. And what's on your quiz for today is finding slopes. Okay. Turn it off. And the other thing, was that me? Is it? Where's my cell phone? I don't have my cell phone. Do I have my cell phone? Like, tell us. They keep texting me to buy more money. Sorry. My apologies. Oh, yeah. My text from yesterday. I'm teaching Sunday school. Wish I would have known that Sunday. Okay. Mine turned off, did I? Crap. See? You don't need cell phones. I even survive without it. There we go. Okay. What else is on the test? So something like this question right here, right? No, this question right here. Okay, so I'll give you a point, and I'll get you to plot it. But I'll tell you the point is like 2/3. The slope is negative 5. Plot the line. Okay, that's on your quiz. It's open book. All right. Good. Go last couple here. Line has a slope of negative 2/3, passes to that point. What's the equation of the line? Okay. So what we start with is y equals mx plus b. All right. So we can then substitute in. So the y value is 5. Okay. That equals negative 2/3 x. And the x is 6 plus b. Okay, so this is a letter, not the number, whereas this is 6. Okay, so what we do then is we solve for b. So 5 equals, what's 2/3 times 6? The 6 and the 3 cancel. What's 6 divided by 3? 2. So those cancel to 2. So we get -4 plus b. How do you get rid of the -4? Add. So 9 equals b. Good. So then you have to make the equation. Y equals mx plus b. And so we get y equals -2/3 x plus 9. Okay. So we use the equation and the point to find b, the unknown. That one's a rare one. We don't see that one too often. Any questions with that? Okay, a real life application, plumbers. This is constant for almost all trades. So you have a service fee, right? A flat fee for showing up. So they come to your house, they make $54 just for ringing the doorbell. Gotta love that, right? And then when they start getting underneath the sink and working, it's $24.50 per hour. Okay. So the total cost equals $24.50 per hour. Now, if it's 1 hour, we multiply by 1. If it's 2 hours, we multiply by 2. So for H hours, we multiply by H. That way we can change the value of H, depending on how long the dude's there. But we also have to add the $54 for that guy just to show up to your house. Okay. So before you make that phone call, or when you do make that phone call, ask him what his flat fee is for showing up. Okay. Good. So some customer had a total charge of $201. How long, so what does H equal, did it take to complete the job? So we substitute in, right? $201 for C. That equals $24.50 times H plus 54. Okay, show your work, please, and work backwards. Okay, so you can say it took 6 hours. Okay. Any questions? Okay. A lot of this graphing, you can use it all the time. You actually do all this solving and stuff right